This week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report, a huge week of thrilling games from all around the Bay Area. We'll have Los Lomas and Northgate. St. Ignatius meets Sacred Heart Cathedral, and Bishop O'Dowd takes on Piedmont.
Girls hoops feature midi in presentation, soccer with Mountain View and Homestead, and the story of the Valley Christian girl playing for her fallen relative. It's all right now on 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight with the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi, the Bruce Mahoney game, matching rivals St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Cathedral. This rivalry dates back to a rugby game played between the two schools in 1893.
That's right, and it got its name in 1947 in honor of Bill Bruce from SI and Jerry Mahoney from Sacred Heart Cathedral, both killed fighting for their country in World War II. The trophy goes to the winning team, the team that wins 2 of the 3 games played in football, basketball, and baseball. The Irish won the football game this season and could take home the trophy with a basketball win Tuesday night. The St. Ignatius boys excited to be taking on Sacred Heart Cathedral in this Bruce Mahoney rivalry game. Check out how this one gets started. Brandon Beckman to Matthew Redmond to Teddy Snyder to put the Wildcats on the board. SHC takes the lead 3 minutes in. Here's Bryce Monroe taking this one all the way to the rack, and the floater goes. Monroe is just warming up. The sophomore makes a noise as he hits one from downtown, and the Irish lead by 3 at the end of 1. Second quarter now, and the Wildcats playing scrappy ball. Here's Darian Trammell with a nice steal, and he finishes for 2. A great hustle play there by an outstanding point guard for the SI Wildcats. The Wildcats now down by 1, but not for long. Give it to Trammell. He takes on a few defenders and lays it in, and the Wildcats take the lead. But the Irish come right back. Emmett Neal Jr. passing it across court to Gary Hudson, and Gary comes up with a nice finish in front of the huge crowd there. Irish up 25-23, a minute left in the first half. Trammell puts up and drains the 3. SI steals the lead 29-25 at the half. Third quarter and the Wildcats get going. Donovan Jones loses a defender, has a wide open shot and sinks it for 3. SI leads by 7 at the start of the fourth, but look out for SHC star sophomore Monroe taking it to the rack, gets the bucket and 1 to cut the lead to 3, but Trammell comes through for the Wildcats once again in the clutch. Neil Bogovich with the screen to give him an open shot, and Trammell goes in for 2. The Cats putting the exclamation point on the victory here as Jones airmails it to Begovic, who throws it down with authority, and the crowd goes wild. St. Ignatius wins the Bruce Mahoney rivalry game for the 6th year in a row, 68-61, the final.
The Independence cheer team getting the crowd pumped as they host Branham on this Wednesday night showdown. The Bruins getting the early start on offense. DJ Rocha heaves it to Brandon Anders for the layup, but the Sixers answer right back. Stanley Mendoza gets the pass and lays it in. 6-9 Indy after 1. Second quarter, the Bruins looking to cut the deficit, but Rocha dishes it to Jacob Dressler, who nails it for the deep 3. Independence fights back on their possession. Jonathan Sandana with the pass to Lavelle Scrempos, who gets the mid-range jumper to go in. 31-29 Sixers at the half. Indy looking to continue the attack in the second, but Anders is there for the block. That leads to a Branham fast break. Rocha finds Anders, who throws it down with authority to give the Bruins a 2-point lead. The Sixers still battling back as Anthony Sanchez kicks it to Jason Tang, who pulls up from just inside the arc and hits it. But the Bruins slowly take control. Matt Dempeline with the dish to Luke Sayer, who fights off the defender and lays it in for 2. Branham finishing the game strong with Dressler on the bounce pass to Rocha, and he finishes the layup as the Bruins win it 60-44 over Independence. The Bruins now 3-0 in the Santa Teresa division.
These Gator fans getting set for Sacred Heart Prep and rival Menlo. The Knights from Menlo up early as Aaron Dunn drives hard to the rack for 2. But the Gators from Sacred Heart Prep stay right with them. Zoe Zaharias with a high arcing 3. This game close till the end. The Knights inbound to Maya McConey, who buries the 3 for a 3-point lead in the first. More Knights as freshman Avery Lee dishes to Mahoney Gupta. She is lethal from there, nothing but net. More Menlo as Mallory North drills this very long 3-pointer. Lots of 3s in this game, but Zoe Zaharias had a nice game for the Gators. She hits here, 21-18, Sacred Heart Prep in the lead. Third quarter, and the Gators extend their lead. Denise Stein working hard in the paint. Reverse lay-in. Nice play there. And then Stein to Tatum and Jotty. The 6'1 senior showing her outside game, and the Gator lead is 7 points. And when Anjadi drives and scores, Sacred Heart Prep has an 11-point third quarter lead. But the Knights battle back. In the corner is Gupta. Yeah, she's deadly from there. Another three for Gupta. A tight game late. Coco Layton hitting for three here as the Knights come back to win it by 2. North leading the Knights with 15 points in the game. John Pay's team now 10-1 on the season.
Off to the pits where the Foothill Falcons look to dethrone first place De La Salle. Just under a minute in, Foothill already threatening, but Spartan freshman goalkeeper Sebastian Ramirez is there for the save. 6 minutes later, the ball is headed, but Owen Kemp gets his fingertips in front of it to keep the game scoreless. 15 minutes until the half, De La Salle about 15 yards out. Omar Khalif with the chip shot, and he bends it over the Falcon keeper for the first goal of the game. And they're looking to do it again here. Ben Parker with the throw-in. It's headed around a couple times before Kemp makes another brilliant save to keep the Falcon deficit at 1. He's got hops. This De La Salle team is relentless, but so is the Falcon keeper. Luke Happel tries the shot from long range, but there is Kemp again. 11 saves on the night for him. Second half, the Armando Ramirez shot is blocked. Josue Neria tries for the rebound, but Ramirez holds on to it to preserve the lead. 10 minutes left in the match. AJ Tamman tries to give his team a little insurance, but it's just wide. No worries, though. De La Salle would hold on to the win to improve to 4-0-1 in league play.
Each week, the Reicha Center presents the Player of the Week Award.
The announcement made in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Reicha Center. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Reicha Center, Gal High, Players of the Week. Risk. Dublin High School brought up Robbie Beasley. Always money from the arc, yeah, he's bucket cheesy. Pull up, step back, makes it look so easy. Number 32 been getting buckets every week on Wheezy. 7 threes on the night, for the sophomore to light. Dublin on fire, everybody gonna pay the price. If California's dry, call Robbie up, he can fix that overnight. Ava Williams, Presentation High School is like the whole nation decided to get behind her, real Italian. Running, you can stop her like a stallion. Undefeated in the season, 11-0, she's the reason. She's the senior, they believe in. Spice you up with the seasoning. She went ahead and dropped 33 points. The Panthers are unstoppable and Eva's breaking joints. These are your Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
One of the most common injuries in sport is a finger popping out of socket. These dislocations usually occur at the proximal interphalangeal joint, often when a ball jams the tip of your finger. Sometimes a joint will reduce or go back in place on its own. If not, it will need to be put back in place with a traction maneuver. You might need to have the finger numbed up to assist in reduction. Since it is so common, most athletic trainers are very skilled at putting dislocated fingers back in place. Most of the time, once it pops back in place, you can get back to play with buddy taping. However, it's critical that you get x-rays and an exam afterwards to make sure there is no fracture or tendon injury. If these are missed and discovered weeks later, these can be very difficult to treat.
Coming up, the Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game. It's the girls' Bruce Mahoney game with St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Cathedral.
And later, Leland takes on Piedmont Hills. But first, here's the World Games Top 10 Girls Basketball Poll.
The #1 Hellcat dealer in the world, South County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, is announcing the all-new Get Your Hellcat deal for just $569 per month plus tax. Get your bird on. That's not all. We're the #1 Pacifica hybrid dealer in the country, and we're offering a $4,000 discount on every single Pacifica 8-passenger in stock. Go green and save green. Over 900 vehicles on sale, so make the right decision in 2018. Join the Brotherhood of Muscle. Start something new with the #1 dealer in the USA, South County Chrysler Jeep Dodge Fiat Ram in Gilroy.
At Stanford Healthcare, we can now repair complex aortic aneurysms without invasive surgery. If we can do that, imagine what we can do for varicose veins. And if we can precisely treat eye cancer with minimal damage to the rest of the eye, imagine what we can do for glaucoma, even cataracts. If we can use DNA to diagnose the rarest of diseases, imagine what we can do for the conditions that affect us all. Imagine what we can do for you.
The Rikus Center is well known as an elite athletic training facility, but you might not be aware of all the ways the center touches the lives of our community. In addition to athletic fitness, nature awareness, and creative arts, the Rikus Center offers a diverse community service program allowing students to gain leadership and life skills, learning the responsibilities of a real work environment, from working with young children to helping veterans with archery. The community service program will teach students the demands of a professional environment while fulfilling their high school's community service requirements. We're back at Levi Stadium with our block construction blockbuster game. The Irish from Sacred Heart Cathedral have won the last 3 Bruce Mahoney games for the girls in a row.
But not if St. Ignatius has anything to say about it. The Wildcats very strong this season with a 10-3 record. It's our CCS block construction blockbuster game, and our Chiara Biagini was there.
Blockbuster game. Yeah.
I'm here at USF for the West Catholic League opener between 2 crosstown rivals, the St. Ignatius Wildcats and the Sacred Heart Cathedral Fighting Irish. The Wildcats have an explosive offense averaging 57 points per game, a huge contributor being senior guard Alyssa Downs. This girl is confident behind the arc with 39 of her 55 shots being threes while shooting 43% from the field. As for Sacred Heart, they will look to their senior forward Ariana Hatfield, who's averaging 12 points per game, shooting 47% from the field. It's the girls' Bruce Mahoney game between the Wildcats and the Fighting Irish in tonight's block construction blockbuster game.
And boy, was this an exciting one. SI grabs an early lead as Rachel Harvey finds Madeline Ennis for 2. Wildcats lead 13-10, but Sacred Heart takes the lead early in the second. Here's Aaliyah Arquez to Milan Tuttle, and she sinks it for 2. SI not far behind. Dara Murphy gives it to Georgia Madden. She makes a couple moves and drives to the hoop and lays it in. And with 3 minutes left in the first half, SHC is dialed in. Jaden Benitez with a perfect pass to Anaya Fleming, who puts it away for the 19-16 lead. But watch out for the Wildcats. Alyssa Downs hitting it from downtown to take back the lead. Enough time for one more play in the first half. Jaden Benitez drives through the paint and gets the basket to bring the Irish within 1. Second half now, St. Ignatius extends their lead as Ennis gets the rebound and finds Madden wide open, and she hits nothing but net. Next play, Sacred Heart returns the favor as Benitez floats it to Raina Smith. That one is good for 2. But the Wildcats feeling it in the third quarter. Here's Downs doing what she does best. She hits it behind the arc to give SI the 6-point lead. Fourth quarter, Sacred Heart on the move as Fleming muscles to the hoop and puts it in. That ties the game 42-all, but coming in clutch for the Wildcats is none other than Downs. She gets the pass from Madden, and it's good for 3, but hold the phone. Downs is not done just yet. Madden hits her in the same spot, and she makes those threes look easy. SI wins the Bruce Mahoney game 50-47. Downs talks about the big win after the game.
The past 2 years we lost to SH, so this year we really wanted to bring back a win for our SI community. And there's nothing like the Bruce Mahoney. A lot of it was confidence. I know our coach Curtin really preached confidence in us this year. And we played with energy, fed off the crowd, and I think we played as a team. So I'm really proud of what we did.
In the city with our blockbuster game, I'm Chiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Just kicking back, enjoying some girls soccer as Prez hosts Sacred Heart Cathedral. First half, Prez on the attack. Sophia Martin with a nice lead pass to Amanda Avila, but Irish keeper Emma Weiniger is there for the stop. Late first half, Rhea Chan showing her skills, getting free to cross it, but Sophie Rodill's shot is just wide. Now here comes Avila again, breaking free from 2 defenders and punching it home. Goal! 1-0 Panthers at the 25th minute. Second half now, in the Irish attacking as Chan settles the ball in front of the net, but Jordan Carr is able to send it safely away. The presentation Panthers now with a corner kick. It's Jane Cowell sending it nicely into the box. Avila heads it just over the crossbar as Prez maintains the 1-goal lead. Good chance here for the Irish as Chan sends a perfect lead pass to Rodill, but Prez goalie Lauren Zontos is there to make the save. One more chance for Prez, still up 1-0. Avila shot saved once again by Weiniger as Prez goes on to win it. The Panthers now 11-0-1 on the season.
Valley Health Plan and the San Jose Earthquakes present the Soccer Players of the Week each week. This week's Boys Soccer Player of the Week is Branham striker Dante Reynoso. Dante with a game-winning goal in the Bruins' big win last week.
The Girls Soccer Player of the Week is Newark Memorial's Laura Fuentes, a captain midfielder for the Cougars. Fuentes headed to UC Irvine on scholarship next year, but last week Laura had a goal and an assist for the Cougars to stay undefeated in league. Serino Group and the 49ers bring us the Coach of the Week award each week. This week's Coach of the Week is Lick Wilmerding head coach Elliott Smith. Coach Smith and the Tigers are playing very well this season with an impressive 13-1 record.
Coach Smith has been at Lick Wilmerding for 31 years. For his dedication and hard work, Elliott Smith is this week's Serino Group 49ers Coach of the Week.
Coming up, the College Park Falcons hit the court against Alhambra.
But first, here's a tip from one of the sports offered at the Silver Creek Sportsplex.
Hi, I'm Coach Jack with this week's Silver Creek Sportsplex tip. Today we're going to be talking about passing. First, start off with your shoulders and your elbows in a comfortable position. Position your wrists a little bit away from your chest so that you have a lot of space to move the stick. Gently pull the puck back to slightly behind your feet. Look at where you're going to pass to, and then move both your hands in unison toward the target.
The World Games All-Star Basketball game is coming up March 25th at Oracle Arena. The game will feature the best boys and girls basketball players from Northern and Southern California playing on the home court of the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. Vote for your favorite All-Star right now at WorldGamesTournament.org and have a chance to win tickets to the game and an autographed Stephen Curry jersey. Get your tickets for the All-Star game at WorldGamesTournament.org. Everyone attending gets a Kevin Durant bobblehead. The 2018 High School California All-Star Game presented by World Games. For almost 50 years, Block Construction has been enhancing the Greater Bay Area and Central Coast, transforming the Northern California landscape, building corporate offices, schools, health and wellness centers, research labs, historic and non-profit buildings, using innovative and sustainable techniques, delivering safety and quality, creating trusting lifelong partnerships. Block Construction, building futures since 1970. In 2006, a small group of dedicated, experienced real estate top producers broke from the tradition of large-scale real estate mega companies. Our goal was to form an upscale boutique agency with an unprecedented knowledge of the local market and community. We are the best and the brightest top producing agents in Silicon Valley, agreeing to collaborate to leverage our talents and ensure the success of every opportunity for our clients. And we give back with $500,000 a year, annually going out to 24 different organizations. Serino Group, here for good.
Hi, my name is Ed Graziani from Los Altos. I'm proud to support high school athletics on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pizzine in Palo Alto, and I'm a proud supporter of Bay Area high school sports.
We're Alhambra High School, and you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Back at Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio for a battle of two Diablo League teams. The College Park Falcons battling in the very tough Diablo Foothill League with an 11-2 preseason record.
Alhambra playing in the Diablo Valley League. The Bulldogs 8-7 to start the year and looking to ground the Falcons this week.
The Alhambra student section in a good mood as the Bulldogs host College Park Tuesday night. The Falcons starting off the game with a bang. The first shot is off, but the big man, Dennis Pomazanoff, right there for the cleanup and the throw down. Back comes the Bulldogs on the other end. Jalen Shepard takes the inbound pass and nails his shot in the corner for three. Time winding down in the first. Thomas Major fires and makes it splash from half court at the buzzer. 14-6 Alhambra after one. Second quarter, the Falcons begin to heat up. Danny LaFortune with the dish to Zion Pullen, who gets the defender to jump on the fake and sinks it for three. College Park on the attack again. Pullen finds Diego Paredes at the elbow, and he shoots and scores from downtown. The Falcons firing on all cylinders in the second. This is Blair Newman Jr. on the pull-up jumper and hits for two. 27-18 College Park at the half. Alhambra looking to begin the comeback in the second. Great ball movement here as the Bulldogs find Shepard, who makes it splash again from downtown, but the Falcons answer right back. Paredes gets the inbound pass, and he sinks another one from deep. College Park rides the momentum the rest of the way. Michael Curtin passes to Mekhi Deese, and he nails the mid-range jumper as the Falcons take a 53-44 victory, their 12th win of the season. Paredes leading the way for College Park.
The Valley Christian Warriors and St. Francis Lancers playing in the West Catholic League opener Wednesday night. The Lancers with an early lead, but here's Katie Mason with the deep three to pull within three. Paige Uehara faking out a defender here, and the team's leading scorer drains the 3-ball, 18-12 Lancers. On the other side of the court, Nia Willis with the ball. Spin move, and she gets a layup to go ahead by 3. Just seconds left until the half. SF down by 2. The 3-shot is no good, but there with the board and the score is Andrea Delfino. We're tied at 20 at the half. SF with the first basket back from the half. Fallon Dexheimer with a pass to start, getting physical under there, and she gets the layup, tying it at 22. But here the Lancers up by 1. Uehara to Lydia Faust behind the arc. Yes, 27-23 Lancers in the lead. Valley Christian's Willis showing some emotion here, taking the ball down the court and driving to the hoop. She's pumped, but the Lancers offense stays consistent. Faust hits Ravina Diamond in the corner. That's good for 3. 3 minutes left of regulation, and St. Francis extends its lead. Amanda and Sarah drains a shot from far, and St. Francis walks away with its first league win behind the duo, Uehara and Faust.
This soccer star of the future getting warmed up as Berean Christian gets ready to face Ignacio Valley in a rainy game early on. Ignacio Valley on the attack. The Warriors regain possession, attempt on goal, but keeper Thomas Colander is there to protect the net for the Eagles. It's all Warrior action from there. Kevin Ramirez staying in control of the ball as he connects with Oscar Mendez, who dodges the defense and fires at home. 1-0 Ignacio Valley to close the half. Second half now, the Warriors are rewarded a direct free kick. Eric Ochoa with the pass to Robert Garcia, who takes the shot, and he scores! Ignacio Valley now leading by 2. After another goal by Juan Zezueta, the Warriors are still going strong. Brandon Riva sends the ball down to Josue Parra, who gets it into the net from long range, bringing Ignacio Valley to a 4-0 score. That's a terrific goal there. The Warriors improving to 6-1-3 for the season. Each week we bring you stories of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Robert, Trinity Stark was 13 years old when she packed up her bags and moved here to California, leaving the life she knew in Oklahoma behind. But she never would have imagined what was waiting for her here.
My name is Trinity Stark.
To Trinity Stark, basketball is everything.
What I love about basketball is the rush I get from it, because it gives me like this high that nothing else can.
She sleep with the basketball in the bed with her.
Trinity has spent the past 2 seasons playing on this Valley Christian squad, but her love of basketball began long before, in Sapulpa, Oklahoma, where she lived until 4 years ago. Trinity was headed into 8th grade when her life took a drastic turn. Her uncle passed away from throat cancer, and her family's house went into foreclosure. Then, one more life-changing event hit the Stark family.
In mid-2013, as I was going to finish undergrad school, I was in graduate school, learned that my baby sister had cancer, throat cancer. So we packed up and moved out here with her, to be with her.
The move was difficult for Trinity, leaving all she knew to move across the country for a distant relative suffering from an uncurable disease.
It was pretty hard leaving my family, my traditions, my friends, my everything.
Little did Trinity know that distant aunt from California would soon turn into one of her best friends.
I got here and then it all became real. Like, I saw her every single day rather than seeing her on holidays. Like, me and her became like a never-ending bond that couldn't be broken. It was like magical, kinda.
Trinity and Aunt Marla grew close, even though they knew their time together was inevitably coming to an end.
In the mid of sophomore year, the doctors told her that they couldn't do anything else for her. And so in a matter of 1 month, she went downhill really, really, really fast.
At the end of that month, Trinity came home from basketball practice and her life was forever changed. Her Aunt Marla had passed away.
I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, this isn't real. Like, she can't be gone. I think that it changed my life drastically because I had to go through every day knowing my aunt wasn't upstairs and she wasn't here to take me shopping anymore. Like, she wasn't here to do the things that, she wasn't here to do the things that she used to do anymore. She'd always come to my basketball games with my mom, and it hurt me a lot.
If you ever out there looking at her, she'll look up in the stands. And she said, I know I'm playing and she see me.
Basketball is a gateway to getting over things off the court and vice versa. If you've been through some things off the court, it may make you a stronger player, which I do believe Trinity has become because of some of the hardships she's had in her life.
And Trinity hopes to use basketball as a way to go to a college with a great medical program for one particular purpose.
I want to figure out how to solve cancer. I know that's such a broad thing to say. I believe that I can do it. And when I put my mind to something, I'm determined to do it until I get it done.
For now, basketball is everything for Trinity Stark. Her game on the court and her goal to help others in the future, all inspired by her best friend, Aunt Marla. When Trinity first told me she wanted to be a doctor to cure cancer, I thought that was so remarkable. She is not a girl you want to mess with, so I'm sure after a med degree, cancer just does not stand a chance.
Well, hopefully not. She's obviously a very smart girl.
Yes, yeah.
All right, thanks, Aubrey. One Hit Away brings us great advice on concussion prevention each week.
Here's Jill Baca with this week's tip.
One Hit Away Foundation promotes proper return to school protocol after concussion. Find out what your school or district has in place for return to school policy. Contact your counselor so they can be the liaison between your child and the teacher. Keep communication open as to progress. When ready, return to school gradually and modify class load if necessary. This will make the transition back to school more successful and less stressful. Brains take time to heal. One Hit Away understands your brain can change your game.
Coming up, it's the South County Chrysler Game of the Week as Washington meets league rival Moreau Catholic.
And the #1 team in the nation, the Midi Monarchs, taking on Presentation next.
The San Francisco 49ers are committed to helping kids live a healthy, active lifestyle.
You're plenty fast enough. You're plenty fast. Exchange. Good. Go.
Check out 49ers.com/YF to see how you can get involved.
On top, Godoy, a blast from distance, bombs away, and a ball, Godoy! There's Lima! Nick Lima continues his ascent in Major League Soccer. Wondolowski, Godoy, and finds the dot!
Go, 49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By the Silver Creek Sportsplex, the Bay Area's premier sports and fitness destination. The Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer.
This season, South County Chrysler Jeep Ram Dodge brings us the Game of the Week. That means a reporter on scene, team interviews, and Game of the Week t-shirts. This week's South County Chrysler Game of the Week is the Mission Valley League game between Moreau Catholic and Washington.
The Mariners are led by Max Anderson and his 11 points per game. The Huskies won their first league game, and we're looking to keep it going this week. It is the South County Chrysler Game of the Week, and Aubrey was there.
Starters for the Moreau Catholic Mariners getting ready to take the court against the Washington Huskies. Washington with a strong start early on. Atmar Mundi powering into the key, and he lays it in for the first basket of the night. The Mariners playing aggressive defense all night long. LJ Anderson with the steal. The layup gives Moreau Catholic the 6-5 advantage just 2 minutes in. Later on, the Mariners now down by 2. LJ Anderson hits sophomore Dallas Ryder, and it gives Moreau the lead 11-8. Second quarter now, this is impressive here, Mundi, with the hook pass to Nathan Narciso with the corner three. Nice work, and that shot ties it at 27. Moreau trying to distance themselves here. Ryder to David Hector to 0-0. Leonard Turner, and Moreau would never look back. Still though, Washington trying to pull within 10 at the halfway point, and they did just that thanks to this Narciso 3. He was hot, 37-30 Moreau at the half. But this Mariner team was on fire during the second. Hector with the deep pass to Emil Fields, too easy. And here to top off these highlights, Max Anderson with the inbound pass from June Poole. That's all she wrote. Moreau would go on to win their second league game behind big performances by Ryder and Anderson. With this win, they stay perfect in league with a 2-0 record. Give it up for the Moreau Catholic Mariners. He had 20 points tonight, so our game MVP is Dallas Ryder. Dallas, this was a competitive team. What was your game plan coming in?
Yeah, Washington was a really good team. We knew that they was going to come out and compete hard, and we just wanted to come play Moreau Catholic basketball like we always play, like against any other team.
What was going right?
My teammates found me along the arc due to my points, and we pressured the ball, pressed them the whole game, and we just got after it.
We're going to talk to the coach's son next. This is Shane. You're 7-4 on the season in a very tough league. I hear it's going to be even more competitive this year. How do you guys plan to stay on top?
Well, we pride ourselves on the defensive end. In the summer, when Coach T and Coach Knight first brought us together, he told us that we wanted to be first in defense in league and top 10 in NCS. So we just pride ourselves on the defensive end.
All right, and LJ over here, he's going to talk to us a little bit about Coach Knight, a veteran coach in his 18th season. What is it like playing under him?
Well, he's been one of the best coaches in Northern California for a long time, so it's just really a real blessing to be able to learn from somebody like him day in, day out. So we just pick his brain in practice, and we use what he says in the game, and it works.
Thanks. These are the Moreau Catholic Mariners. Guys, take us out with a cheer.
Captains for Middie and presentation shaking hands as they open up West Catholic League play Wednesday night. Middie starts this one with a 9-point run. Here's Charisma Ortiz to Chrissy Miyahara to Nicole Blakes for the hoop. Press cuts the deficit to 7 as Carla Polino dishes to Sharon Roldan, and from way downtown, the senior captain drains the 3. The Monarchs grab a big lead in the second quarter. Ortiz finds Miyahara behind the arc, and she sinks it for the 22-7 lead. 4 minutes left in the first half. Middie adds to their lead. It's Ortiz to Blakes to Haley Jones, one of the top recruits in the nation. She muscles to the rack for 2 and reaches her 1,000th point milestone, and she's just a junior. The Monarchs moving the ball well in the second half. Here's Jones to Miyahara to Charisma for 2 and 1. Middie with a 36-point lead. Here's Jones playing great D. She gets the steal and adds to the rack for an easy layup. The Panthers don't go down without a fight. Akemi Namba hits the three-pointer right here, but Middie continues to bring their A game. Jones gives it to Ortiz, who gives it to Miyahara, who puts it up for 3, and it is good. The Monarchs win their league opener big against Presentation. Impressive showing by the #1 team in the nation. Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek is honoring athletes who do great volunteer work in their community.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Sahara Williams from the Burlingame basketball team. Sahara takes her great love for animals to the SPCA on the peninsula every Sunday. Sahara explains why this volunteer work is so important to her.
I think one of the most important things for me is that there's so many dogs that don't have loving homes, and a lot of them will not end up finding homes. So the fact that they can find, like, me being there for the dogs will give them, like, that little taste of, like, what it is like to be in a home and be loved by someone unconditionally. So
coming up to the West Alameda Foothill League with Bishop O'Dowd and Piedmont.
And girls hoops from the Mission Valley League as James Logan takes on Newark Memorial next.
Back at Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio for opening night of league play in the West Alameda Foothill League. The Piedmont Highlanders come into league play with a perfect 12-0 record, with Ben Barrett averaging better than 20 points a game.
The Highlanders taking on a Bishop O'Dowd team playing through a very tough preseason schedule with wins against some strong teams. A terrific matchup to start league play as the Highlanders try to slay the Dragons Wednesday night.
The Piedmont Highlanders 6-man showing up big time for this league matchup. Dragons get the momentum started. William Chavarin with the skyhook for 2 and the early 8-2 lead. Piedmont fights back. Devin Kissiow drives to the hole with the contact, and you can count the basket. With 2 minutes left in the first, this is Nico McNeil with the finger roll. Oh, that was pretty. Dragons lead by 11. A few plays later with seconds left on the clock, Paul Davies comes right back with this finger roll. And that's 2 for the Highlanders in the second now, where the lead gets reduced. Ben Barrett with a wide open shot from way out, and it's good. A few plays later, Carvel Taft lays it in and brings the Highlanders back to trail by 9 at the half. To the start of the third now, Elijah Hardy nearly slips and loses his footing, but recovers and gets the bucket. Dragons still in the lead. Hardy dishes this out to Chavarin on the elbow as he crosses over, drives to the lane, and it's a one-handed lay-in. Final minutes of the game now. Brendan Patrick with a steal and lobs this ahead to Hardy, who throws it down with a two-handed rip, and the Bishop O'Dowd Dragons take this matchup 76-57 the final. Hardy with 16 points, Chavarin 17.
The James Logan Lady Colts getting hyped up for their game against the Newark Memorial Cougars Thursday night. Maxine Toison links up with Sarah Tang, who gets the three for the Lady Colts, giving her team an early 10-4 lead. Newark Memorial fighting to cut the deficit. Haley Nelson finds Kylie Chan, and she nails the shot from behind the arc. The Cougars trailing by 3 to end the half. Into the third, India Williams to Felicity Faeda. Back to Williams, and she hits it. Another three for the Colts, 36-28. More Logan action. Tang finds Amelia Sinclair, and it's nothing but net for the three. The Colts leading by 9. Ava Augustin connects with Faida to Toison, a three-pointer as the Colts begin to pull away from here, 45-36 Logan. Check out Nelson here. She gets the rebound and shows off her dribbling moves as she drives it all the way home for Newark Memorial, but the Lady Colts are just too good tonight. Augustin to Williams, who fakes the shot and sends the ball to Toison for the last three of the night. Logan goes on to win it 63-49, staying undefeated in the Mission Valley League. Faeda and Williams with 16 points apiece.
Synergy Environmental Solutions celebrate players who go all out for their team, just like Synergy goes all out for its customers.
Doing the dirty work this week is Menlo's Riley Woodson. Riley with a big-time rejection in the Knights' win last week, and he is Superman. Riley Woodson doing the dirty work just like Synergy Environmental Solutions. Remember, you can buy the entire game from the games we showed tonight on either DVD or we'll send it to you digitally. Go to CalHighSportsBayArea.com to order.
Be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and Instagram. Like us on Facebook so we can keep you in the loop. And subscribe to our YouTube page. We'll let you know when new videos are ready to watch.
South County Chrysler Jeep Ram Dodge cares about our Bay Area young people.
So every week they'll bring us tips on how our teens can drive more safely. Here's this week's safe driving tip.
Hi, I'm Kyle Karaskia from Leland High School, and this is this week's South County Chrysler safe driving tip. Merging, turning, and passing requires you to be extremely alert and aware of the other drivers around you. Many accidents happen because of the drivers being oblivious and inconsiderate when doing one of these three things. Here are some tips. Avoid making left-hand turns across busy intersections with no signal. It is better to go down a block or two until you come to a light. When there is an obstruction in your lane, wait for oncoming traffic to clear before you pull around. Just because someone's blocking your lane doesn't mean you have the right of way in the next or oncoming lane. Use turn signals to indicate your intention to turn or to change lanes. Make sure you give the cars behind you enough time to react before you take the action.
Coming up, our second block construction blockbuster game. It's the Battle of the Creek as Los Lomas meets Northgate.
And Eastside Prep meets Harker. You're watching the top high school sports show in the nation, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The #1 Hellcat dealer in the world, South County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, is announcing the all-new Get Your Hellcat deal for just $569 per month plus tax. Get your burn on. That's not all. We're the #1 Pacifica hybrid dealer in the country, and we're offering a $4,000 discount on every single Pacifica 8-passenger in stock. Go green and save green. Over 900 vehicles on sale, so make the right decision in 2018. Join the Brotherhood of Muscle. Start something new with the #1 dealer in the USA, South County Chrysler Jeep Dodge Fiat Ram in Gilroy.
The Rikus Center has long been a staple of the Bay Area sports community, offering flexible and adaptable training programs for all ages. Among their most advanced programs is Cornerstone, a training course that combines a group-style training session with one-on-one supervision to optimize the training of its most elite athletes. Beginning each session with a group-based training workout, Cornerstone offers the best of both worlds. Fluid dynamic sessions followed by routine, all the while being assisted by the center's certified coaches.
Hi, I'm Tom McGraw, and I have the privilege of serving as CEO of First National Bank of Northern California. It's also been a privilege to grow up and make my home in the beautiful Bay Area and play high school sports just like many of you. We're proud to support local businesses and homeowners, as well as the hardworking youth and student athletes in the Bay Area. Come in and meet us and see how community banking really makes a difference in building stronger neighborhoods. Come into a branch and say hi.
First National Bank.
Bank.
The Family Bank.
Back at Levi Stadium with our NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. This one is so big it has its own name, the Battle of the Creek being Walnut Creek, home to both Northgate and Las Lomas.
That's right. This year both teams come into the game with outstanding preseason records. Las Lomas undefeated, Northgate with just one loss. It's our NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. Our Austin Manili was there.
Blockbuster game. Yeah.
Tonight's game features a historic rivalry where both teams have a combined record of 25-1 this season. Now, there are many key players on this Las Lomas squad, including 6'2" senior Devin Payne, a very talented athlete for the Knights who has been red hot on offense all year. But look out for the dynamic duo of Alden Friedman and Alex Schaffler for Northgate, two star players on this Broncos team who average over 14 points per game. It's the Battle of the Creek for tonight's NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game!
Run to the first few minutes, Devin Payne will swat this one out of the air to keep his team leading 7-4, but Northgate will fight right back with Alden Friedman handing this off to Peter Michaels, who drives to the lane for 2. A few plays later, it's the dynamic duo coming into play. Alex Schaffler lobs it up to Alden Friedman for the 11-10 lead. Very next quarter, Robert Prince will attempt to attack the basket, but dishes this out to Devin Payne for 3, and it's good. And the 3 ball was working. Nate Robinson comes back to hit a 3 of his own, and the Knights head into the locker room, leading 33-18. Into the second half, Las Lomas still keeping the lead. Nate Robinson making it look easy with the lane for 2. Broncos will then get the ball right back, with Schaffler showing off his range from downtown, but trail 54-40. But this game belonged to the Knights. Robinson gets the steal and slams this one home. Whoa, I think I felt the floor shake on that one. Final seconds of the game where it was not only raining throughout the week, but raining 3-pointers all game, with Payne sealing the deal for Las Lomas as they remain undefeated with 14 straight wins. Robinson talks to us about how his team succeeds all season.
You know, I think it's just working in practice, you know, pushing each other. Because we know as Las Lomas we have to really work and improve. Like, everyone has to get better in practice. We feed off of each other. So to say, all the bench, you know, is just always encouraging, always being positive. So that's what really makes us.
In Walnut Creek for the Blockbuster game, I'm Austin Manili, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The Harker cheerleaders getting the crowd going as the Eagles take on Eastside Prep. Harker going well early. Jack Connors inside to Richard Wang, who muscles in 2, and the foul. But Eastside Prep getting out and running. Josh Walker Ford the steal. Then a nice bounce pass ahead to Isaiah Samshoy for 2. This game tight the entire way. Here's Samshoy racing past a defender and scoring. The Panthers up by 2. But not for long as the Eagles go outside to Brando Piquel. Top of the key 3, defender in his face. No problem. The Eagles got a terrific game from Jared Anderson, who dives into the lane and scores here. Harker up by 3. More Eagles now as Jack Connors from deep. Harker by 3 at the half. Second half now, more Eagles as Richard Wang hits from long range, and Harker is looking good, but Eastside Prep comes back. Samshoy driving the baseline, then kicks it out to Walker Ford, who drives and floats it home as the Panthers take the lead and hold on. Will Mustaine racing to the rack and floating it home as Eastside Prep wins it by 4. Samshoy leading the Eastside Prep Panthers with 18 points.
The Harker School honors athletes who perform well in the classroom every week.
This week's Scholar Athlete is Bailey Jones from Castro Valley. Not only is Bailey the leading scorer for the Trojans, she's taking her impressive 4.5 GPA to West Point next year.
Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates 2007 alum Jessica Dickinson Goodman on being sworn in as a City of San Jose Human Services Commissioner. Dickinson Goodman, who speaks Arabic and Spanish, noted the appointment will give her the opportunity to make San Jose more accessible for people with disabilities, transit-friendlier to women and children, and ensure first responders represent the communities they serve. At Harker Preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Once again this season, Adobe brings us advice on how to use their software to make great highlight reels and team videos.
Here's this week's Adobe tip.
Adobe recently added a new text tool workflow to Premiere Pro. The new tool makes it really easy to add and manipulate your text. To add text to your video, just click on the text tool icon, then click anywhere on the program screen and start typing. A new file shows up on your timeline to place wherever you wish. It's a new way to use Adobe products to make your team video or highlight reel better than all the rest. Coming up, action from the Mount Hamilton division as Leland meets Piedmont Hills.
And girls soccer with Mountain View and Homestead. But first, here's the World Games Top 10 Boys Basketball Poll.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Drive a little, save a lot. By Club Sport at the Sportsplex. Live healthy. And by the Sereno Group. Here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer, longtime real estate broker, and I'm teamed up with Keith Andry, my favorite son-in-law. Many of you remember Charlie Wiedemeyer, my husband. We both support high school sports.
Hi, John Failer out of Saratoga and Santa Clara. I am very proud to support Northern California Bay Area high school sports.
Back at Levi's Stadium, and the Piedmont Hills Pirates, very impressive so far this season with an 11-1 record overall, 2-0 in the Mount Hamilton division.
The Pirates taking on a Leland team led by junior Sohan Shearcigar, and it's 14 points a game, Leland and Piedmont Hills this week.
The Piedmont Hills Pirates getting fired up before the game as they host Leland Wednesday night. The Pirates looking to get the offense going in the first. Brandon Lowe finds Amari Floyd in the paint, and the big guy lays it in. The Chargers coming right back on their possession. The shot from deep is a little off, but Khalil Simmons is right there for the rebound, and the quick shot is good for two. But Piedmont Hills begins to pull away from there. Floyd dishes it to Aaron Williams, who nails one from three-point land, 23-12 Pirates after one. The Pirates continue their momentum in the second quarter. Lowe passes it to Jaquez Walker, who shoots and scores from downtown. Here, Piedmont Hills on the attack once again. Jimmy Botello finds Trent Blackshire, and he nails another shot from behind the arc. Piedmont Hills just firing from all cylinders at this point. The first shot for three is a little off, but Botello grabs the board and passes it to Walker, who makes it splash again from deep as the Pirates take the 40-25 lead at halftime. Much of the same for Piedmont in the second half. This is Walker again taking the pass and making it rain from downtown. The Pirates get the victory for their 12th win of the season. 77-36 was the final.
The Mountain View Spartans talking strategy as they prepare for the Homestead Mustangs Wednesday afternoon. Spartans in possession. Lauren Carcheroni dribbles the ball downfield, takes a shot, and Lucy Tang is there to finish it off. 1-0 Mountain View. The Spartans attempting another goal here, but keeper Reet Mishra is too good at protecting the net for the Mustangs. It's all Mountain View action from there on, though. Nicole Bumgardner with the pass to Marula Sala, who gets it around the keeper and into the net to close the half. 2-0 Mountain View Spartans. Nice shot there. Just into the second now, Perry finds an opening and sends the ball down to connect with Bumgardner, who shoots it from just outside the box, and she scores. The Spartans with a comfortable 3-0 lead. Moments later in the game, a goal is made by Perry, and she's in control of the ball again. Perry drives it down into the box before linking with Mia Polson, who sends it to the back of the net for Mountain View. The Spartans taking this one 5-0 and stay undefeated on the season with a 10-0 record. The Burlingame girls basketball team is having a fine season.
The girls met with Robert at the Rikus Center earlier this week to talk about it.
We're here at the Rikus Center, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. And here they are, the Burlingame Panthers. Welcome, ladies. Right here with me, Nicole Bernicardi. Nicole, senior captain on this team. Talk about your preseason. You guys have done very well, 9-3 to start the season. What's that been all about?
We just kind of progressed throughout our season, and we're ready to move on, get into bigger games. But we depend on each other, and I'm ready to see what's next for us.
Yeah, ready to go. League season coming up, and everybody in this league just about has done well in preseason, so it's going to be tough, right?
Exactly. We're ready for it.
Very good. Amber Moss here, a senior, also on this team, a center, power in the middle. You guys are doing well. Talk about this team, the character of the girls, and what these ladies are all about.
Yeah, we're all gelling really well right now, and with the 4 seniors that we have, we're all kind of trying to set an example for all the younger girls so that going forward it'll all go smoothly, and I think it's going well so far. All of us are really getting along well.
Yeah, and 5 sophomores on this team, so as senior leaders, that's a big job for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. We're a lot younger this year than we've been in the past, and I think that's awesome. It's really awesome to see all the young talent.
All right, right here at the end, Michaela O'Donoghue. Michaela, talk about the season going forward with the league season, and what are your goals for going forward?
I'm really excited for this season. I think that we have the potential to do really well, and like they said, we're working really well together as a team, and I think compared to past years, like we have a better attitude, and like I feel like we're more ahead than we have been in the past.
And with the sophomores, you feel like you guys are bonding now?
Yeah, we love the sophomores. They're so cute.
They're so cute. All right, thanks very much. The Burlingame Panthers off to a great start. Ladies, take us out with a cheer.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together! DG presents the Be Happy Play each week. This is a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play comes from the St. Ignatius Wildcats win over Sacred Heart Cathedral in the Bruce Mahoney game. The win ties the series at 1 apiece, and look at that, they are happy. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. It might be this play, but maybe not.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Tim Dempsey. Today's training tip is a tripod stabilization exercise. He's going to move his right foot out to the side, find his right arch, lift up his right hand, bring his left leg through, hold tight from there, left shoulder's down, right hip engaged, and slowly come back through that. Okay, we're going to do about 3 sets on each side. Just step forward that. Every time he comes back, he turns into a tripod position. He's going to do 1 more. Right leg out, stabilized, left shoulder stabilized. Left leg comes through, pauses for a second, takes a deep breath, and then comes out of it.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a backpack, and an invitation to our end of the season awards banquet right here at Levi Stadium.
We'll show you some really good contenders and then award this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
First up, Nathan Narciso from Washington, a nice windmill layup here. Trinity Stark was all over this week's show. Here she is under the basket, fighting hard, and she gets the layup. It was the week of the dunk for boys basketball. Here's Brandon Anders from Branham with the slam. Nathan Robinson from Las Lomas doing the same here. This time it starts with a steal, and he throws it in one-handed. The crowd is pumped. Then it's Dennis Pomazanoff with the putback slam. And we still have another dunk here. Elijah Hardy from Bishop O'Dowd with the tomahawk. But the play of the week is not a dunk. Thomas Major from Alhambra puts it up beyond half court, and he sinks it. Watch it again, and let's slow it down. A nice shot here by Thomas Major. You are coming to the banquet with this week's Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Tune in next week when we talk to the James Lick basketball star, a vocal leader on the team, but it wasn't always that way. We will see you next Sunday.